We're out here today playtesting the Prince Venom shoes. Come check it out.
It's been a while since I've worn Prince tennis shoes, and I was delighted with how light and fast and comfortable these felt compared to a Prince T22 or a T22.5 or even the T22 Lite. They definitely feel more modern, and stepping into the shoe, I felt nice cushioning underfoot, but still quite quick. Despite the weight on the scale, these shoes didn't feel too heavy for me. The cushioning was great underfoot, and I found the support to be really nice. It does fit a tiny bit wide. However, I stayed in my true size and could cinch up those laces and get all the support that I needed. With that being said though, the laces were super long, so definitely had to double tie them. And then the traction for me was just great. I like a stickier traction, but I didn't feel too stuck, and I didn't feel like I was ever gonna slide out on shots. And durability is looking really well too. I'm not seeing a ton of wear on the outsole. As far as stability, really stable shoe for me. And then I have just a couple issues with this shoe. We're testing this in the middle of summer, and I do have sweatier feet. So I am seeing some sweat stains on the upper, which is unfortunate, but more of a personal issue. All in all, I would say this is a great shoe for players looking for a good value of cushion, support, and stability, and a shoe that might fit a little bit wider than some others out there.
It's been a while since I've tested a new model from Prince, and I've always liked their shoes because they fit my wider feet well, and I was very happy as soon as I put these Venoms on to find that these shoes do have a generous fit in the forefoot, so I was always comfortable from this get-go. No squeezing in the toe box whatsoever for me, and there was no break in it for me either. Once I hit the court, I was moving around comfortably. I thought the shoes had really good cushioning in the heel, and I was lower to the ground in the forefoot, giving me good connection to the court, so I felt comfortable there. These shoes offer a good amount of traction. They are a bit squeaky, however, that squeakiness also maybe made they were durable, I'm not sure, but I found these shoes to be quite durable on the hard courts. I'm seeing very little wear on the outsoles as well as the toe. I do drag my toes on my ground strokes, and the toe guard is holding up well for me. The one downside that I have is that these shoes do run a little bit warm. So these shoes definitely were ones that I wanted to take off my feet as soon as I was done playing, just because they did get a little bit hot. Overall, I did find this to be a very good all-around package. I was finding good support and stability and good durability as well.
I'm going to echo a lot of what the other playtesters said about the Prince Venom. I found this to be a really all-around performing shoe at a great value. I do have the narrowest foot on the playtesting team, so the first thing I noticed when I slipped the shoes on my feet was that it was a very generous medium fit for me. I had a lot of extra room, not only in the forefoot, but also in the midfoot and heel. And after about 10 minutes of playing on court, I actually stopped playing, went to the side, and retied my shoes. I did like that I was able to actually cinch up my laces much tighter than I expected, and I used that last eyelet to really get a better locked-in fit. Now, there was still some extra room, especially in that toe box, but it definitely minimized the movement within the shoe. And then moving around, I was actually a big fan of the comfort of this shoe. I could feel the cushioning underneath my heel, and then while it was a little bit more minimal in the forefoot, I did like that low to the ground feel. And I actually found as the playtest wore on, the cushioning got better and better and kind of molded around my feet. I didn't have really any break-in period. As far as the rest of the features, I thought the durability was excellent. I have 10 plus hours on the shoe. I'm seeing little to no wear, not only in the outsole, but also on the toe bumper and the upper as well. Like Tiffany mentioned, I also found these shoes to be a little bit squeaky, and I thought they offered a little bit more grip than give. And then as far as weight too, I thought they were about average weight for me. They didn't feel heavy, but they also didn't feel light on my feet. But I was able to move around pretty effortlessly. My one small negative, which is mostly because of my narrow feet, was that I wasn't as supported as I would like inside the shoe. I was just moving around too much, even with those cinched in laces. Now, I did play test the white colorway of the shoe, and I didn't have as much of the issue of the ventilation as the other play testers. Overall, I found this to be a really great playing shoe, maybe more suited for medium to wide width feet at a great value. We're gonna now toss it over to our East Coast location. Jofi, how did the Prince Venoms work out for you?
Thanks, guys. Prince had such an amazing success with their T22s, so I was super excited to see how their latest shoe, the new Venom, performs on court, and it did not let me down. Right out of the box, when you put the shoes on, first thing that comes to mind is just how comfortable they feel on your feet. There was no issues for me when it comes to any kind of pain, or the shoes didn't feel narrow or too snug. It was just really perfect around my ankle, and I really felt that nice cushioning under heel throughout the playtest. Traction was something I felt like I had to break the shoes in for a little bit. So when I first started hitting and playing in the shoes, I felt like the traction was a bit too sticky for me. I felt a bit stuck in certain shots. But as the playtest went on, the shoes kind of molded to my feet better, and also the traction became a bit more optimal. So I felt like I had the perfect amount of give and grip when I was playing. Durability-wise, absolutely top-notch. I did not see barely any wear on the outsole. These shoes will be really durable for you on court. The upper didn't show any wear at all. So honestly, durability just perfect for me. When it comes to the weight of the shoe, when I was playing, I barely felt anything on my feet. So I would say the weight was just perfect. The shoe is probably somewhere in the mid-weight range if you have to put it on a scale. But yeah, weight was perfect for me. All in all, I really couldn't say anything negative about the shoe. I don't know, the slight break-in period for traction. So if you're looking for a light, comfortable, speedy option on court, definitely give this one a go. Thanks for watching. For more information on this shoe or any others, please go check out Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Only.